Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night. We're broadcasting live here on the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans. I'm your host, Don Yazzie, and with me, as always, my trusty sidekick, Darren Yazzie. Here it is. Here he
Hey,
is.
what's up? What's going on, people?
What's up? Oh, yeah. Hopefully, everyone's okay out there. Let's see here.
Oh yeah.
See, we got Vaughn, Coke Shell. Let's go. First one's here. First one here. Oh yeah. Yes you are. Yes you are. Oh,
Oh,
Cedric.
second,
Second. Oh
we got
heck
it. We
yeah.
got a
What's
third.
up? What's up? Hey, not much, man. Just another good chapter right there. We get right here.
Oh
Cedric
yeah.
says, "What's up, guys?" Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Let's see. Kurt W75. Hey, what's going on, fellas? What's up, brother? What's up? Nice to see you guys here. Thank you for tuning in on episode 21 with our guest, Fabian, Mr. Fabian. He's going to be here when he gets here. But meanwhile, while we're waiting, I'm going to do an important announcement here, you know. As you guys can tell, the screen beside me over here, Darren, fine specimen of a single man right here. He's in his
Oh yeah.
30s. He got still strength in his lower back. Ladies, come on, let's start the bid off at 500. We could get some GoPros. Maybe some adult diapers, just in case we see Sasquatch and end up crapping ourselves. Ah, just kidding. But but anyways, Darren, what do you gotta say about yourself? What size your shoe size? No, just kidding. No, we're not gonna go there. We're not going there. But let's see here. Hey, Darren. While we're waiting, could you share that vampire story?
Oh, the vampire. Oh yes. This one. Most of like all the other stories I tell, they're mostly I gathered at work. On occasion, working night shift. Just to
Hey,
kill
Darren.
time.
Hey, Darren. Real quick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this video on for you. I'm gonna resend this link again to Fabian. So it's all you, okay?
Okay. Oh, so like I was saying, stories that I got from another lady out there in Morenci. We were working night shift. Oh man, this was a long time ago. This is when I barely started construction, and just to kill time, that's we started exchanging stories and stuff like that. Then I asked her, she's like, "What kind of stories you have? What do you got?" And she goes on, she talks, she rambles, she uh, what she says is like, do you believe in vampires? Do you know vampires? I was like, yeah. What about them? And what she was saying was all. I believe I came in contact with one night in Flagstaff when she was a young lady. I guess she went to a school out there, and what she was saying was her and a group of other natives decided to go out to check out the bars and do stuff midnight that night. And what she was saying was uh, she a man came up to her. It was a white man, and what she was saying was, he was just a nice looking dude and a nice looking man. Like the only difference was is he had green eyes, which is it's a rarity too to have green eyes. Um, from that, she said that well they started talking and they started talking and dancing whatnot during the night. Uh, from there, uh, he decides to ask her, you want to you want to go outside and take a walk. She said, she pretty much said yeah. So they went down for whatever reason to go down an alley, and the guy he tells her, I have something to show you. Let me show you something. Um, So she's like, all he said, he's like, just look at me, look at my eyes, look at and from there, what she was saying was his eyes started like flickering and changing colors. It was really odd and it looked glossy and um, it just kind of she just got, well, how would you call it? She got spellbound by the by his eyes. So uh, from there, what she started realizing is that his mouth got real wide, and what she was saying was that all his teeth started, was sharp, and it looked like he was getting ready to like take a bite at her. So from there, she's like, she called it to God, she called it to Jesus, and I, what she said was that guy kind of just folded in, closed his mouth, and just like rolled into the shadows type deal. And that's what she was. That's what she was telling me was, that's the night I encountered a vampire. She believed it was a vampire, and the next day they started. She asked her friends like, Who was that man that we met last night?" She like, "We didn't meet nobody. You know, it was just us. You don't remember?" And then you took off, and from there, it's just one of those stories that uh, I was told too. So ever since then, I was like, man, be careful with vampires. So especially out there in Flagstaff, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in Flagstaff. So apparently now I have to worry about vampires. So, and along with that, I also had another one of my late friends. She talked to me too, and her late husband uh, used to walk
Yeah,
around,
man.
Albuquerque and stuff like that. And he told her was like, you gotta watch out for vampires down in Albuquerque too. Because I tried to ask her, I tried to push her, like what do you like what do you mean, explain, elaborate a bit more on these vampires in Albuquerque. Uh, what she said was like, I didn't believe in nobody. He used to talk about it, but I just never used to hear, care to hear about it. But I tried looking up into it too myself. Instead, I got a bunch of gargoyle stories out there in Albuquerque too. Uh, so wherever you are,
Right there. Yeah, definitely.
uh,
Oh, go ahead, Darren. Go ahead, Darren. Sorry.
oh yeah, wherever you guys are, be careful of your surroundings. Watch who you come in contact with. Uh, some people are not in your best safety. So you guys have a good night right now, and night's getting started. But if you guys have anything more about vampires, hit us up because it was an odd story, but right now, it gets a lot stranger out there nowadays. And tonight, yeah, we got our guest right here, uh,
Yep.
Fabian.
Oh
How's it
yeah.
going?
What's up? Hey
Yeah,
everybody, say what's up to Fabian, episode
yeah.
021. Hey Fabian, you
Everything.
wanna hey hey Darren, can you hear Fabian all right? Or it's just my headphones.
Uh,
Fabian, say something again. Can
You guys doing pretty good?
oh hey,
oh,
there
you
we
got
go. There we go.
yeah. You just need to
Good?
step a closer to the mic. I think. Yeah. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How's it going, guys?
Hey,
Pretty
what's up,
good
Fabian?
night, man.
What's
Nice,
up? What's
man.
up?
My name's
Hey
Fabian Perez. Man. I'm from Ignacio, half Navajo, half Mexican. Raised both res. Well, we're on the same reservation, but I'm Navajo. Raised both in the areas, though, and live all over the place, man. Seen all kinds of crazy stuff, and I thought I was crazy. Seeing you
yeah.
guys experience, it's like, goddamn, I'm not alone. We're all
Right.
people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mm,
But
yeah. That's
For
what it's
sure.
about right
For
now.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Real
like
quick
Fabian
here.
speaking
was.
of vampires, real
Oh,
quick, I always remember the story, man. And just being a little nosy kid watching the old time like parents drinking stuff and partying, how it is, having
Mm,
fun. We used to live in Las Vegas, and I always remember the story. It sticks in my mind. But my uncle lives in Pine Hill, and his son-in-law, my uncle Marvin, was telling me that they heard something on the roof one night. Well, they were saying in Navajo. I was catching bits and pieces of it. Just being a nosy little kid, I was supposed to be in bed. But I remember them saying something was on the roof, and they go outside. My uncle Leon, and his son-in-law Marvin, and they said it was basically a vampire. It jumped off the roof and like right there by them, and then it just took off flying. But that's always stuck with me.
Wow.
And I lived out there too, right down the road from my uncle, right there. My own encounters out there. I thought I was crazy. It's just being a youngster running around out there. I didn't think
Mm.
nothing of it. Like, just tripping. Nobody's gonna believe me. And then you just hearing more and more stuff that I've encountered. Like, holy shit, man, this stuff is real. But,
Mm.
Yep. Yep. Like I was telling everybody, Pine Hill, a lot of weird stuff that goes on over there. And uh, lately, I have a video of the house stuff getting knocked over. Well, that's just one thing that I managed to catch. There's a lot of stuff that happens outside too. And I catch them every once in a while. We got lights in the sky and lights in the trees and stuff like that. Always best to
yeah,
get evidence. Some type of proof of it.
my mom came up from Shiprock today to see my kids and
Mhm.
I was talking to her about stories out there, and she's living in Pine Hill too, and she was telling me she was going to sleep one night, and she prays every night before she goes to bed, and she was sitting there with her eyes closed, and my little sister was sleeping with her, and she said, "Whoa, did you see that, Mom?" Mom was like, "What?" There's a big light flash, and it lit up the whole room. I guess it was outside, and it just lit up the whole room. I'm like, "Holy shit, man!" Because your UFO encounters, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
it's just
Yeah,
wild
yeah,
because I didn't know that kind of stuff was out there. Just more and
mm,
more seeing and
Mm.
experiencing stuff like that. Damn, that stuff is crazy because they don't know what it was, but I don't
Mm.
know what it was. They know, you know?
yeah, yeah. I hear you too. Stuff like that happens at the house. Also, every once in a
Yeah.
while, we'll have like, a light, rolling on the road, and it would, the first time we seen it, we thought it was, a vehicle. Uh, so we went outside and like, where's that ride go? We walked around the whole thing. There's nobody there, and we're like, what the heck was that? Because it lit up the whole room.
Was it
And
like
that
a fire? Was it? Did it look like fire?
it looked like, just white light. Like someone put a flashlight to the house.
So
That I don't know what that was, but we got cameras right now, so.
my grandpa, who raised me up in Ignacio, he's from Mexico, and he born out there on the ranch. And when he was a little kid, he was out farming. They used to farm at night. They take shifts, and his brothers. And he was out there irrigating with his dad one night, and they seen a ball like that, but they said it was a ball of fire, and it kept coming
Hmm.
closer. It rolled from another field all the way to them, 700 yards away. They watched it, and they said that was a witch. That's what they call them, rolling balls of fire.
Yeah.
But um,
Hmm.
then 4 years later, he said he was going back home on the horse one night from after partying at the bar. He was riding his horse home. And he used to get off a gate. But that night, he said that ball of fire came back again, and he couldn't do it. He said his horse was pretty good. The fence was low, so he jumped the gate and he took off. But that thing would follow him. Every time he stopped, that ball of fire would stop. He said it tripped him out. Not knowing what it was, but it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely. Real quick, guys, before we go further, let's bring up some important news right here. Cedric Willie, I got some single cousins for him. So
Oh.
we got two single guys right here, Cedric. See if you can get these two these two hitched by
Yeah.
the end of the show. No, just kidding. And
Gotta.
Sally Fourth. Hello, Sally. Nice.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Nice to meet you. Kurt W75. Oh, okay. Hey, oh yeah. Thank you for giving her a warm welcome, Kurt
Mm.
W75. Thank you. Let's see here. Oh, the elegant hobo. Hello,
Oh,
folks. Sup, y'all? You twos.
bye.
What's up? You twos. Okay, yeah. Wait, we encourage you guys chatting on the chat box, which is really cool. It's very cool.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Oh, that's
Let's
good.
see
I
here.
watch all you guys podcasts and just to see everything about so many encounters that I can relate to and confirm stuff. It's like holy shit, man! Like
Yep. Yep.
from Dulce to Pine Hill to freaking Oak Springs, right there, Arizona. Lakuchike, I mean, all that crazy. Not knowing, like, running them hills and being oblivious to what was out there, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Mm.
It's wild. But
Yeah,
my mom was
yeah.
telling me, so Bigfoot up there at the revival up there. And they knew it was a Bigfoot. They went up, she did a revival meeting. After preaching, she went up with her friend to go chill at a spot up there. And they parked, lights off, they're just talking. And out of nowhere, they heard a big scream. They heard a scream, a loud scream, and she knew what it was. Everything scattered. She said just everything was chirping and went quiet, and they got scared, but knowing what it was. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, that's
Mm.
wild. Because running them hills, my Nolly had a sheep camp up there. We stayed with my grandparents, me and my brother, and we run that sheep camp all the time in the mountains. I never knew that shit was there.
Huh.
Crazy,
Mm.
Yep.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and Fabe and I we talked just the other night, and man, we just rambled on, and it's good to talk. It's good to meet someone
yeah, I
that
mean,
goes through the same
share the same
stuff.
story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
Mm.
So
So
I was like, I
Fabian,
want to talk about
take
it
us.
more.
Hey Fabian, take us all
So,
the way back to the beginning, all the way to where you remember where you've seen some crazy things.
so I was telling my daughter about that. My first skinwalker story. Now, I remember my first thing that scared me the most was I went back to live with my mom back in Oak Springs when I was a little kid. I went back home and we had a big family, so we'd slept in one house. And we were sleeping in the living room. And I remember vividly my chair has chicken wire over the windows. And you could hear that thing just north window. It was scraping at the window. I was like, what the fuck? And mom was close to the door. I was my brother, and then I was closest to the window. And my big brother, he just kept holding me. Don't look, brother, don't look. And I remember that thing trying to get to the door. And these guys just took it like it was natural. I always laugh about that. They're talking in Navajo, and we just stayed quiet. And that thing went away finally. But I just laughed like, why the fuck we just go to that like so naturally? And to them, like, they're used to it, I guess. And me going back, being up in Ignacio so long, I didn't see nothing like that up here. So
Mm.
I was never really. My brother knew what it was. Obviously, he was already been out there and shit, man. It's crazy. I remember him shouting, "Don't look!" and he's holding his hands over my eyes and squeezing me tight. And we went through that, and it was goddamn. And that's always stuck with me. Just wondering. I didn't know what Skinwalker was then. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever reason, these things they like picking on kids, or get the
Yeah.
hype out of scaring children.
So
Uh,
up here in Ignacio, it's happened to me several times here. Um, Something knocking at my window, and this time, the first time that it's happened, something scary happened to me here in the house we live in here in Ignacio. My grandpa was in Mexico, and my grandma was here with me. I hear something tapping at the window. I'm like, what the hell? And I was freaked out, man. I'm like, what the hell? Grandpa's not here. I'm supposed to be the man of the house. It's just me and grandma. And I get embarrassed to tell her. I'm not trying to throw my grandma under the bus, but I see on the side of my grandma that it was trippy. It was trippy because it was 2 feet of snow outside. And after I heard the front door open, what the hell? So I had to get up. I got my bat. And my grandma's walking in her nightgown barefoot. And she looks at me with the most demonic, evil look ever. And it was almost like she was possessed. I swear to God, it's what it looked like. She walked from the front door to the kitchen, grabbed a cup of water, drank it, and walked back to her room and just shut the door. And I sat there like, what the hell? Why would my grandma be knocking on the fucking window? So the next day I go look outside in the snow, there's nothing there. There was nothing, no footprints or nothing in the snow. What the
mm,
hell?
Mhm.
And never knew what it was, you know what I mean? And curious because up here in Ignacio, I've never really seen nothing. I've never seen a skinwalker until here in Ignacio recently, a couple years ago. Going down the road, I've seen two of them. I've seen the first one, and man, the mother of my kids. Did you see that? And my daughter in the backstage. Did you guys see the first one? I was like, holy smokes! I knew I wasn't tripping. I seen the first one. And then the second one, that's when she said that, and I was just like, holy man, that's just wild. First time I seen it. How I seen it, it looked like it, gray, two of them, bald. I mean, a bunch of sharp teeth, and they looked at us and just they kept flying north. But it was a trippy
Oh,
encounter. I
it
had never
flew
seen
off,
anything.
huh?
Yeah, they were both flying about 15 feet in the air, and
Whoa. Oh.
it was just something mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is that? And sort of, I guess knew what it was, but first time seeing one, like, holy shit, crazy.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that was
That's the second
international, huh?
time.
That
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Darren. Sorry.
What's
that
that?
was in international, huh? That was in Mexico, or
Well, that was it, Ignacio.
oh, okay.
Ignacio. That's on the Southern Ute Reservation, right? Correct.
Yes.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. I heard of something similar to that out of I'm gonna have her on this podcast pretty soon. Oh, her name of her podcast slipped my mind, but she seen something on side the road. I guess it turned and looked at her, and it had like a row, like a sharp teeth, like a, you know what I mean, like nothing but sharp teeth. It smiled at her.
Hmm.
NTUA killed one, or NTA workers were pulling to a job site to a house out in the res, and there's a picture floating around the internet. It's on YouTube. I gotta find it, but it's the same exact thing that I seen up here flying, and it's pretty crazy,
Hmm.
man. Just to so I've already seen
Oh,
that, had that image in my head, and that's why I knew it was a
So,
skinwalker. It was the same thing that NTA found out there. It was wild.
hmm. Well, did it have wings, or was it just kind of floating?
No, it honestly looked like how a ghost would look. Like,
gliding
Oh shoot!
like underwater type of deal. Same thing,
yeah,
like look like.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
Hmm.
it looked like a ghost, but not a ghost. It was glowing, kind of grayish, but
mhm.
flying. Both of them. Just
Wow.
trippy to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah. Crazy, crazy.
definitely his. Oh
But
man,
yeah,
so
man,
Yep.
hearing all kinds of stuff like lately off you guys' podcast, I've been asking a lot more people, and like
mhm.
me running around out there in Zuni Mountain, just go pick shit out there and stuff. And that place is eerie, bro. I like shit hunting. I ran all these
Zuni.
mountains.
You said Zuni
Zuni Mountain.
Mountains.
Yeah, Zuni Mountain right across from ice caves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there on the other side of the ice caves on the north side. Run all the hills
I
right
think.
there. Like recently, my last I think adventure out there was about 20, 2020 maybe 2022
Yeah.
something
Hmm.
like that. I went out there to my mom's and we ran the hills out there. And man, as soon as we got up into the hills, it's just an eerie feeling up there. And the further we got into there, we found a lot of horns, of course, but man, just the eerie feeling of what's you don't know what's in there, and just the presence of something looking at you the whole time. And that's my first time being in there. And I went back a couple times, but it's the same feeling every time. And then to
Yeah.
hear like, there's a lizard man running around there, it's like holy smokes, man! Because I remember going up the cliffs and just not. I can't confirm if that's what it was, but I remember seeing a tail something on the other side of the cliffs. And my cousin's on that side, and it was following him, and I couldn't tell him without making that other thing like obvious. And I just kind of sat there watching it. And I got my mind off it, like, nah, just don't freak out. You're probably just tripping out, man. But confirming like what hearing lizard man out there, I'm like, oh damn, that's probably what it was. You know what I mean? Not knowing.
Hmm.
But it was following him
Yeah.
up the ridge back there.
I have two brothers that seen this lizard. That was pretty much that was pretty much I would say the first time I ever like actually interviewed anybody about this paranormal cryptic stuff.
Yeah.
And what they were saying was it was taller than like a semi truck, and it was ran across the road. It's it. When I know the area is that road from Rama to Zuni. You know
Yeah,
how it's
yeah.
a little kind of flat. One
Yeah, on the
side
same
has
place.
trees. Yeah,
Yep.
and I was asking them like, if that thing was so big, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Like there ain't
That's what
nothing out there. And
when I heard that part, I was like, God damn, I've been up and down that road, and I'd make a lot of
right,
trips up to months randomly to get stuff from here to Ignacio, and I'd leave. I love to drive at night. I'd love to drive at night. So I'd leave here about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, get to balls about 1 in the morning, get what I needed, and I'd come home. Just I like seeing the big elk right there coming out of right outside of Vanderwagon or Rama, big bulls in there. You know what I mean?
yeah, yep.
So I'd like to check out the elk at night. So I went down, but I never seen nothing. All them drives down there, going to Crown Point, coming home to the road and all that. I've never seen nothing. But that's why I trip out because like, God damn, all the nights I've been out there, where could like knowing that part of that section of the road, like where could that thing have went? You know what I mean? That's
Hmm.
crazy. My
So
Yeah,
what's
well,
uncle,
the stories that you hear from other people from there, or you haven't heard anything stories
from where?
from that area you're talking about, like having some strange feelings? Is there like some stories that tie to that area, or like some bad, like horrible stories that took place there? Would you know?
So right there at Ice Caves, my mama's son, my uncle Harvey, he used to be a archaeologist for the Navajo tribe, for Navajos, and they sent him out to Ice Caves, and
Hmm.
he was going out there, and he thought a big old tree fell over the road, and so he gets out to check it out, I guess, and the bark wasn't bark, it was a snake, and it gets. I don't think he's in the head or the tail, and that thing was pretty big, like a big ponderosa pine,
wow.
and
Crawling across the road.
yeah, it was just going across the road, and it still he didn't see a head or tail, and it kept moving and moving. He freaked out, jumped in the truck,
Ooh-wee.
and couldn't believe he hauled ass from there, I guess, but it's like, God damn, man, when it comes out of them caves, you know what I mean?
Right.
Oh man.
Makes you wonder if
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
told him.
oh
Yeah, that
man.
area right there, that road. There's, they got a couple of stories, that happened on that road. Uh,
Yeah. Like right there, we used
that.
to live in Moro out there in Pine Hill, and we take that road right
Hmm.
there by Moro, the dirt road right there, all the
Hmm.
time, man. I drove that road at night, and man, I never knew Bigfoot was right there, like just on top of the rock and stuff. Like that's kind of cool, you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's wild that they're able to just
Oh yeah.
be.
So you seen Bigfoot right around the dirt road you're talking about?
So what
So you
I
said.
thought, I kept it quiet because I didn't think it was really
Mm.
real. Then I guess, you know what I mean? Because I didn't really, I never looked up into it, but I was intrigued by it, but I didn't think I'd have an encounter. But remember when I come around the tree right there, and there's a couple cornfields right there. I remember, and I just remember seeing like a reflection, a big apparition of it, and I got scared. I didn't tell my mom and them. They were in the back seat. They were passed out. And we're coming back from Grants. I was jamming out my music. I just stayed quiet because it scared me. It scared me, and I always stayed quiet about it because I didn't want to be made fun of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just thinking
Yeah. Yeah.
nobody's gonna believe me. They're gonna think I'm just talking out of my ass. Sorry. No, man, like I just would always stay quiet. I remember one time I was with my cousin here in Ignacio, going back to Ignacio now. We were my aunt, my cousins, we were driving down here on Main Street, and when you see darker than dark in the dark, it's crazy. It was pitch black, and there's a light pole we drove by, and right in the back of it, you could see. I don't know. It wasn't Jeepers Creepers, but it looked like the face of it had a hat, trench coat,
Oh.
and a long tail. And the tail
Ah.
was like moving away. I seen the tail, and it just kept, and it was walking,
Oh shoot.
and it was looking at me demonically, and the eyes kind of lit up like blue a little bit. And I was like, huh, "What?" I didn't say nothing. I just tripped out, and I looked back again, and it was still there looking at me, and it was crazy.
Ooh,
My
man.
Wow.
my father lives in Nashville, and he was coming home one night walking, and something similar to that followed him over here, and he was outside arguing with it. And my grandma kept telling him to shut up. He's on the street yelling at it. He was trying to take him away, and he remembers that thing following him home, like trying my dad walk off with him. I'm like, God damn, I wonder if that's what I seen.
Mm.
Oh man.
Wow. Yeah,
that
yeah,
character there, no, that character, that description of that being's been seen from Montana. I know I heard stories out of Wind River Reservation in Wyoming, and of
mm,
course us, New
They see
Mexico. I'm
it.
pretty. Uh,
They
Go
say
ahead.
here at the bar down here, they've seen it dancing with the
What?
all the girls. Yeah,
yeah.
they
Wow.
say that it jumped like came into the crowd and started dancing with everybody and taking all the girls and stuff. And they could tell because the feet had hoofs. Like,
Ooh.
God, it's crazy.
Wow.
Hearing things like that.
Wow.
Oh man, that's over there in Ignacio. Ignacio.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh man,
Dang.
days.
I used to
That's like
I used to walk
uh
the mountains here looking for sheds, and it's happened to me 3 or 4 times. Vividly, I remember, and
uh
I didn't know it was a pterodactyl, but that's what it had to have been. I was walking on path and
Thunderbird.
stuff, and just have a
Mm.
big shadow go over me, and there's no airplane, no drone or nothing. Before drones and stuff were really big. Like, what the hell was that? And then it happened again. It circled back. The pattern it would make, like, that's not an airplane, but it was big and it tripped me out because you could just hear the wind off of the wings. One swipe
Mm,
and it was vivid, but like
Oh.
I could hear it. Like just it was so big. I don't know how high he was above me, but I felt like a draft of wind, and that's when I just tripped out. Like, what the heck was that? Calm day, no breeze or nothing. And it's happened to me 3 times in that area. But it's like, what the hell? It's crazy because
Oh.
that's what it had to have been. Have a big
Uh,
shadow like that. You know what I mean?
wow.
yeah.
Mm,
Oh man, that is wild
wow.
right there. Woo-wee. I mean, that's another feeling of being hearing that. I heard stories of people hearing that, but as a gargoyle. But a thunderbird, that one's another notch because I remember hearing the stories. The thunderbird, the pterodactyl flying around, taking old Navajos and going up on top of shiprock and eating them
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
what they
Yeah.
told me too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the story.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm
But
gonna pause you real quick. All right, we're gonna pause and let's catch up with our viewers before we keep going here. Sorry, hang on here.
Are you
Hang
gonna
on, pause you. Barely made it at Cheesecake Factory in Escondido. Your new time is around dinner time. Oh yeah. Sorry,
yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Sterling.
Yep.
Dinner
I get a
time
dinner
is.
show right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here's a while ago. After you told your stories, Darren. Kurt W75. Well said, Darren, and completely agreed.
Mm,
Thumbs up. Okay, let's see here. All right. Hey, big sister
hey,
Melody
mom.
Alvarez. Let's see.
do?
Oh, Audacious Amber, what's up? What's up, buddy?
Hmm.
Cedric Willie Fabian. I worked at the new addition to Oak Springs chapter, and when I opened the gates to the site, there was two black figures standing on the north side of the chapter house. Oh,
Mm.
jeez, two dark figures, huh?
Oh no, I'm talking about Oak Springs over here by north of Red Valley. I know what Oak Springs you're talking about. That's down there by Ganado, I believe, right? The
Yeah,
freeway.
Mm.
That's the other Oak Springs.
Oak Springs chapter. Oh, yeah, he was saying he'd seen two figures. Wonder if it's a skinwalker or spirit, huh? And then here he comes
Yep.
comes back again and said, looked out of the ordinary too. It was early in the morning. Definitely,
Dang,
definitely. Let's see here.
that's crazy.
Here. Any straight uncles out there wondering? We got two right here. We
Huh.
got Fabian and Darren. I don't
Yep.
know. I don't know if they'll go for two for one special, but maybe for the right price, they will go home for the right price. I was just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Any stray uncles wandering the roads? Oh man, yeah, we got two right here. We got two. Audacious Amber. That's a funny one. Melody Alvarez. I spotted something strange on that road. My grandma always warned us against driving through there at night. Oh, Darren,
Yeah.
we gotta
Yeah.
definitely drive through there at night, huh, Darren? Thanks for the tip,
Yeah. That's
Melody.
that's that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that
Uh,
stuff. She she called me, one time, and she said that I hit something. I hit like a dog or a black dog that was walking on the across the road. She's like, I know I hit it because you know how it sounds when you hit an animal. Uh, what she was saying, when she hit it, she stopped and she looked around. She didn't see no blood or no body or nothing. After that, that's where she's kind of freaked out, and she went and got one of those we call those cameras you put in your vehicle,
Oh yeah,
those
yeah.
dash cams.
That,
mhm.
Yeah, she went and got one of those, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens on that road. One of the stories that was told to me too was an old man. He was going to work. He worked out there in Grants. He had a beetle, from what I heard, and he seen a man. He thought it was a man that was walking on the road. He's like, "Well, man, what is he walking around early in the morning for?" So he passes it, thinking that it's a man. And what he said was, "I'd stop to give him a ride." Then, when the thing started walking up to him, he said it was Bigfoot. He almost picked up
Oh,
hitchhiking Bigfoot. Yeah,
damn.
and
wow.
and then after that he just peeled off. There's a lot of Bigfoot encounters that happen out there in this nest. There's one, I'm still trying to get a hold of him. From what the lady was saying was her cousin when he driving to work again. Uh, the roads get real muddy out there, and what he was saying was as he was driving to work, these two Bigfoot ran after his vehicle, or she said it was two, and one actually reached inside the truck and grabbed his jacket, or his pullover jacket, and ripped it. From what she says, like, yeah, I seen it, and he still has it to this day too. So there's a bunch of weird stuff that happens out there. Also, another man, um, he took a picture of little people. He was
Yeah.
doing just photography, and as he was cleaning up his photos, he seen two little uh, figures standing underneath a bush, looking at him with eyes and everything. So there's a lot of weird stuff that happens out there. Even
That's
kangaroos, I guess. Kangaroos, believe it or not. I had one person say that he was out there hunting and a kangaroo ran past him, and I was like, "Wow,
What?
huh, kangaroo."
really.
So yeah, right there
Wow.
at Disney, man, it's real. It's a real strange place, Pine Hill. Even I don't know if you knew that there was a cult that happened out there too
Yeah,
at
out there.
Fence Lake. Yeah,
Yeah.
out there in Fence Lake,
Oh yeah,
and
fencing. Yeah, that's right. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, before we go on, let's catch up with our folks here. All right.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
much. All right. Hang on. All right. The '70s Gallup during the fair. That thing was seen at nighttime. I think he's talking about the black figures, or maybe the same
mm,
being that you seen, Fabian, possibly. This is a Reopen Network keeps track of all those pterodactyl cases in USA. This is our open network. Oh, wow. I had no idea. That's another wormhole to go down. Our open network.
so what's crazy
Definitely
about what
check.
the
mm,
pterodactyl is, my uncle, my grandpa's brother, he owned 260 acres right in the San Juan River, outside of Pagosas. So it'd be on the west side of Archuleta Mesa, and it was close to that right there.
Mm,
Archuleta Mesa is more on the Colorado side than New Mexico. It's where the Dulce base is, and I've always wondered if
right.
it's all the weird stuff that happens in Dulce base that's talked about and seen, but come out of the mountain and stuff. I always wonder, like, that where that pterodactyl came out of? That's
something like maybe
Who
I'm thinking
knows?
like
Who knows?
volcano, maybe volcano open ways because all these mountains and mesas aren't natural. They're all uplift. They're at the bottom of the ocean once. But Kurt W75, Thunderbirds are a big thing around my area here in Pennsylvania also. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. This
I
the
feel like always
Allegheny.
Walking
Yeah.
in the woods over here is big holes in the ground. Big holes in the ground. And I
Oh man.
want to go look
Are
at
they?
them and get a eerie feeling from them. And
Uh,
I've always wondered that I always see them big holes in the arroyos, and it makes you wonder
mm,
where that stuff's coming out of.
yeah.
Wild, man.
Yeah.
Could be.
Right
Could
here.
be.
Yeah. Audacious Amber. I'm in Baltimore. About to go north of here next week. Oh, okay. Yeah. Check it out. Maybe. You see here. Check it out. Maybe Baltimore. Baltimore is close to Pennsylvania. That's for sure. Okay. My mistake. Oh, okay. I think that's
So, hey, Dara,
oh.
when you guys did the podcast, did you guys get to see Bigfoot up there?
What's that again? Say again.
I heard.
When you guys did the documentary, I mean, did you guys get to capture him on video?
Oh, we captured I think there was two of them. They were up on that ridge up on Window Rock. It's gonna be on episode one. There's up that whole documentary. We split it up to 10 episodes, 22 minutes each episode. So the first episode is gonna show that a highlight of them screaming, two Bigfoot screaming, and
Hmm.
along with them, you hear coyotes, you hear the Mexican gray wolves at that zoo.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, where they're standing is up on that ridge next to the road. Remember that road, that big rock that's beside the road right up here?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
they're
yeah.
up
Yeah.
on top. Yeah, so they were that far, and we are staying at this one hotel. And,
I go by
you
that
know,
spot. I always look up there and wonder crazy
mm,
stuff that's out there, man.
oh yeah, yeah. So we got evidence though. We got some chomp, some poop, and we found three nests, and we got a lot of stories from the local people, and
So
I
Yeah.
when
last
yep,
year my
and when
first
it
Bigfoot encounter that I actually had, like first time actually putting eyes on it and him scaring the shit out of me. I was over in
uh,
Chama, building fence. We're doing 5 miles of fence, the highway straight to the mountain, and Hickory is right there. You know what I mean? Dulce is not far from where I was working. Uh, I pulled up to the job site that morning, and my uncle Harvey starts working right away. Me and my uncle were talking, and I said, "Hey, what's wrong with Harvey? Why is he tripping out over there?" He was looking away from us and scared. So my uncle asked him, "What's wrong?" He was like, "Look at that tree." And it was probably a 15-foot cedar tree. And a cedar tree, a green cedar tree, you can't even split that thing. Then you gotta wait for that thing to dry out. The branch, you could bend a branch and they don't break easy. That tree was just rocking back and forth, and there was no wind.
Wow.
And it was probably about 300 yards away. And my uncle kept just so we started looking at it more. And it went on for about a minute, and I remember we grabbed they grabbed a hammer. We went up there to see what it was, and I was curious. I really wanted to see what it was. And I was the last one that was able to catch up to him. And I stepped in his footprint. I was like, "Oh shoot!" And I kind of scared. I was like, "No, I'm not gonna say nothing just yet." And then I ran again. And I stepped in another one. So I was like, "Oh shoot!" I've been talking to my uncle. Hey, look at this track, and it was bigger than my foot. Probably, I'd say at least 15 inches. It was a good track,
Hmm.
and I didn't take a picture of it because my phone was dead. I wish I would have. So while we're
mm,
looking at that track, I could hear it. It starts running and just breaking branches, running through the oak brush, and it sounded just big. Boom, boom. I could hear the ground just
Hmm.
shaking, and it
yeah,
was far. You could feel the thud. You could feel the thud from far and breaking branches. And this is 9:30 in the morning, and it was going towards a big cliff. Well, we go back to work on the fence line, and we were spooked. We were starting at that end to work our way back to the highway to leave, and we took lunch about 1 o'clock that day, and I went back to park to where that thing was at, and I didn't realize it. This thing had popped his head out like this, and he was looking at his eyes. His eyes were huge, man, size of a softball,
Wow.
and he was looking at me.
yeah. They're huge.
Man, it was crazy because the oak brush was behind me, was just looking at me funny. I was like, "Oh shoot! Look, Uncle, look, there it is!" And the bear, there was a 600-pound bear there, the hunting ranch right there we're working on. That's the trophy bear for them guys. That bear was big, but that Bigfoot was bigger. That Bigfoot would tore it up. So I knew it wasn't the bear. This thing stood up and it went across the hillside and it went up the arroyo. It was 500 feet in 5 seconds and it disappeared in front of us. And
Wow.
the car starts, those previous, the car starts flickering. All the lights in there. And Mark was like, "What the heck's going on, man?" Makes everything, the whole, the gauge cluster starts flickering. And I look over, both my uncles are snoring. I was like, "What the hell?" I just let them snore. 8 minutes, I counted it. They woke back up, but I wondered, like, why did the car just do that? Why did these guys just fall asleep like that? It was so crazy. But
So your your uncle's just you guys all seen this, and then all of a sudden your relatives just
Go to
yeah,
sleep.
fell asleep with that. Oh shoot! Wow,
car
That
chase.
sounds that sounds like witchcraft right there, but sounds like abduction. But go ahead, sorry.
Before
Oh,
witchcraft, that whole job, man, is just crazy, man. Everything's going bad. We were coming back from Dulce one day, and I hit a railroad spike. God damn it! Popped the tire, changed the tire. The next morning, the same spot, another railroad spike. I'm like, God damn, man. I ended up hitting 4 railroad spikes on that way, going through there. I'm like, why is this happening to me? You know what I mean? But it was crazy, man. It's crazy because, like, witchcraft, like you say, bro, because they were just out. And I can't explain that. Like, why is this happening? And then,
right?
bam, it
Yeah,
was
that is pretty odd. You know, like you see something like this, and then you think that adrenaline kick in, and boom, they're just you know out. That's
no,
strange. Even stranger,
it's
the
it's magic
even
straight up because I actually felt it too. It feels like a win, and like multiple people were there. Like all my family, we all fell asleep except my two cousins because they were hiding underneath the sleeping bag. They didn't feel the wind, so I can't explain how, why, but either you were underneath the blanket, you didn't feel the wind because it's like a nice sweet breeze, and you just fall asleep, and it's hard to
huh?
wake up. And when you do wake up, you open your eyes or you open your eyelid, right, and your eyes is still rolled up, in your body. You hear the screaming. It's based on my own experience. I can't explain it, but it's just
Hmm.
it's just it's just magic. That's all I can say. It's just pure magic.
it's
Strange, but
crazy,
go
bro.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's scary, bro. It's wild, but yeah, man. So I gotta. Hope I get that guy on here. He's Dosey's a good homie of mine. I'd love to let him tell his experiences out there because they live right there in Dulce, and
Uh,
he
wow.
he was out there shed hunting, and he gets in a spot, and it's about from the video. It looked like 2 o'clock, maybe afternoon, maybe noon, and rocks are being thrown at him, size of a softball, and he gets smoked in the head, and it busted his head open. And just seeing that video, I'm like, God damn, like that was before I had my Bigfoot encounter. And then weeks later, I had mine, and I kept bugging him about it. And he goes, "See, you manifested. It's what you wanted. You wanted to see it." And it spooked me, but now I wanna know more about it. You know what I mean? One thing I regret now, the last day of the job, my uncles were already there. They came up from Red Valley. And they went to Chamba, and I came from Ignacio. I met them over there, and they're already working. I go check on them, and they're spooked. That Bigfoot was yelling at them. About 4 or 5 days later, that we went back. We waited 3 days to go back, and the fourth day, fourth or fifth day, we were there. It was just roaring at them in the morning again, and they were freaked out because they wouldn't leave them alone while they were working. So it was an eerie feeling at that point. We were getting done with the job. So on our way out that evening, me and my grandpa were the last ones, and I was spooked. I don't know. I should have grabbed it though, but there was a Bigfoot hair on the fence, and it was it stunk. Just that one strand stunk, and I kept walking by it, but it was so long, like dark brown.
Dark
But it was
brown.
cow
Oh.
hair. It was long, man. Like
Mhm.
mangy, like how like dreadlock almost,
Okay.
like that texture of it. But I think it was long hair. I should have grabbed it, walked right over the fence, and I just want to get out of there at that point. But now I'm intrigued by it. You know what I mean? Just knowing that, seeing that video prior to that, my bro getting hit in the head with that rock. Like he says
Yeah.
there's a story
Wow.
where Papa Papa Bigfoot finally smoked him in the head with that rock, and he books it running out of that video or out of that spot and got away. But yeah, man, split his head open and stuff, and it's crazy. It messes
Gee.
with the people out there. You
Wow.
know what I mean? It's crazy. Some are mean, some are nice. It seems like
What
it's
was he
weird.
doing again? He was just trying to work, huh? That's all he was doing.
He was shed hunting. My bro
Oh,
who
shed
got hit
hunting.
in the head with the rock,
Oh
he was
yeah,
shed
yeah,
hunting.
that's what you're saying. Oh
And
man.
I kept bugging about that video and stuff, and then I kept bugging about Bigfoot. And bam, like you say, he manifested it, bro. He's like he wanted to see it, and
Oh man.
Yep.
we were throwing rocks at my camper
Yep.
one night. I was sitting in the camper, and I think we were throwing rocks at the camper. I was in the fifth wheel up in the top, and we were out in the middle of the pasture. There was nothing out there. That thing was throwing rocks at the camper. Like, what the hell? It was
Man.
hard messing with us, and I wasn't saying nothing, but at that
Mhm.
point, I kind of knew what it was already.
Yeah. I know Colorado's way more active, Bigfoot wise, than Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona for sure. And before we go on, let's catch up right here. Oh, right here, Message Willie. This is earlier. Oh, okay, my mistake. Haha, yeah. Oak Springs, I'm talking about. It's by Lipton. Yeah, different area.
Yeah, yeah.
And right here, K Dog 154. I'm an uncle. Oh, he's talking about our uncle jokes. See here. Back in 2011, nephew seen a giant bird flying around Round Rock near Bithochi. Bithochi said it almost picked up a horse. He brought a he brought a dinosaur book. Identify prehistoric condor as the bird. Oh wow,
Wow.
Man,
prehistoric
Must be a
condor.
big, huge
Definitely,
animal. Pick up a horse. Sure.
yeah. Mr. Curly. Oh yeah, Mr. Curly. I have been listening to a lot of people. A lot of I have been listening to a lot of podcasts about witches. They said evil will wander around looking for people who are not spiritually strong. About the figures, maybe the shadows, but the Sijik was saying maybe.
Well,
Audacious Amber. I've heard when you seek God, it gives you inner light, and that puts you on the radar in the spiritual realm. Oh yeah, definitely.
oh
You're
yeah.
engaging.
Yeah.
Let's see here. See here. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh wait, JP. I seen an adult sized jackrabbit, Sanders, Arizona. And about that, JP, um, my brother-in-law and my sister, or my cousin and my sister-in-law, they're staying in Douglas Mesa, right? So it's a strange spot because it has a lot of UFOs. We see Bigfoot, we see the Dogman type, and even ET. We see the ET walking around, and
Hmm.
I know that they do take their form as a giant jackrabbit, just so you can comprehend, when you see it. Instead of if you see like an alien gray, you would, you'll flip out, you'll lose it, you start screaming. But like they see a giant jackrabbit jumping, and it's like going to a ship or something, and a cloak ship. That's what I heard.
Hmm.
And let's see here. Audacious Amber in believes the dark side is not worried with the unbelievers. They are worried about the believers who exercise authority. Oh, definitely.
Amen.
Definitely.
Yep.
Let's see. Definitely check out Reopen Network regarding prehistoric modern sightings. Sorry, was replying to Kurt. Okay, here. Let's see here. Crazy Coyote 13. 13 Don't let that poop go because the DNA testing guys will make it disappear. Oh man. Oh, if I had a Ziploc bag, I would have stored the poop. We opened up the poop. We found a rabbit hair. I think it was a buckskin hair, pinions, even the shells, pine cones, some like all that all mixed up within that poop. It's pretty amazing what they eat.
Hmm.
Um, let's see here. All right, before we move on, let's catch over here. Yep, RP right here. RP Dr. Meldrum. Definitely. Like if you guys find your next Bigfoot track, keep an eye out for that thermal ridge in the middle, the mid dorsal break, or where it breaks apart his feet. Reason why it breaks apart is because his weight, it distributes his weight when he walks. So like he walks strange where like, how we walk, our heads bobble up and down, and when he walks it's like smooth, almost looks like a ghost gliding on the ground, because how he walks, his feet's just broken up. So credit to Dr. Meldrum on that. That's how I could find a Bigfoot
Uh,
track most of the time. It's because that middle line
who
break. Go ahead.
who was
Dr. Melger, man?
Oh,
That name sounds familiar right now.
yeah. He's
Was he
out,
the
out
one?
of Idaho State. Yeah.
Was he doing the like a DNA survey on Bigfoot? I think, and I
Oh
think he was
yeah.
credited
Like.
with doing like finding like 200 plant species. If
Mhm.
I remember right. I don't know if that's the same
Yeah.
guy, but if that
I
is,
don't
yeah,
know,
I
but
met, yeah, I met him before too out there in El Moro.
oh
So
yeah, I heard he's been there. He was there. Uh, Rama Bigfoot Society. They had him there. I remember Jenny telling me about that. B Cass, what do you guys think about the inner earth and the beings entering this world from there? Just a thought. Oh yeah, there's multiple inner earth entrants on the Navajo Nation, and the Navajo Nation does know about them. And the reason why, like when we try doing a documentary, they want us to know what we're filming, especially on the national parks. And another thing to look into: every national parks around the world and around the country, they're always guarding something. They're always looking after something. And like when you go in there with the film, they asked us to say, "What are you guys filming? How long? When? And where? And what exactly are you guys gonna film?" That's what they told us.
hmm,
So I was like, "Okay, you guys, that like confirmation of the inner earth." And a lot of our Navajo oral stories and a lot of the Pueblos, the Utes, all of us, we have different stories of the inner earth entrances across the Southwest. I'm pretty sure other tribes know of different inner earth entrances as well. Um, Audacious Amber, I heard the cryptids are uh, threshold guardians. Threshold guardians, huh? I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? Mr. Curly, I have been listening to. Okay, it's a repeat. Let's see here. Oh man. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Oh, NJ. Hey, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you, NJ.
hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I was wondering if you were okay. Hopefully, you're okay. Let's see here. But I think we caught up enough. That's a lot of comments to catch up. But Fabian, we're going to give you the mic again. Go ahead and lead us off to another story again.
Sounds good, brother. So, I was talking to my mom earlier again, and she was telling me, she heard a Bigfoot breathing out her window last year, right there in
Oh,
Shipwreck. She lived right there by the hospital. And I was like, "Hey,
oh,
Bigfoot," I told her. River's just right there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Crazy, but she said, she got up 2 in the morning to use the bathroom, and she went back to her bedroom. She was checking her. She had surgery done, so she was checking her bandage and stuff. And she went at her window, and she just heard something breathing hard and heavy and loud. She couldn't tell if it was a human or an animal. And she said she sat there, breathing out the window, and she went and checked. Asked my grandma. It was nothing, but so that had to be a Bigfoot, man. Something that big, with the window breathing heavy.
Mm.
It's crazy.
Man, especially like when you're like if it's a trailer and it's lifted high, They're like a lot
I,
of telltale signs.
Right.
Shiprock, that's a very, very witchy place as well. We're gonna have a guy come on pretty soon, and he actually recorded security footage of these two individuals that were shapeshifting outside the IHS at Shiprock. And he does he yeah. So I'm gonna get him on, and maybe I can have some screenshots of what's on that video because I don't think my thing can play video recording, but we can share pictures though. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, Dave. Oh no, sorry, go ahead, Darren. You got a question?
Oh no, I was just saying like, yeah, I seen that video too. Remember, I posted it up, and then you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have that guy, that man, come on. I like, damn. But yeah, it's really strange. You know, it's a really strange video out there in the Shiprock. But yeah, the whole town, man. I see it's kind of weird. There's little leaks from Shiprock. Then there's a bunch of little towns going into Farmington. So,
yeah, yeah, I
Definitely.
don't
all
think
right.
it's like I I ran right there and I was at a hogback or my grandma's farm. She had cows out there and we go help her. We were out there on all these farm, grandma's farm, and I was down at the river getting the cows one day. Man, the cows went silent on me, and everybody else is further away on the horses. And I was right there in Chocolate Wash, is where it was. And I swear to this day, it was probably Bigfoot. But the cows would get scared, and something bigger would move, and the cows would move. But they were, my horse was even scared, and my horse kept snorting. I always wondered, like, I didn't, it was broad daylight, but
Yeah,
I never got to see it. Just knowing that Bigfoot's all around right there, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Mm,
That's where Darren has seen his dog man type Bigfoot on side of that road.
yeah,
Is that right, Darren?
right there at the entrance. I forgot what the name of that canyon is, but what I heard it was called Skinwalker Canyon too. And I have a picture of a drawing that someone put on the side of the road. It had a Skinwalker crossing, a little stick figure on the posted up next, right where I seen that dog man. You know, right where I seen that thing that's someone posted that posted a picture on the side of the road. So even to this day, I was sitting there still wondering, man, like, well, I think someone saw me. You know, someone seen this
Yeah.
incident that happened to me. You know, so it's really strange, really strange. But
Yeah.
yep.
Where's
So
where's have you seen Bigfoot there?
yeah, right there, Unifive. You know,
5.
out there in
Five.
Pine Hill. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
on
So
I think it was 125 BIA route 125.
yeah. Out there,
Well,
right there.
yeah.
We're out there hunting one time. I was with my stepdad and his cousin, and on the way in, his aunt has like a 15-foot privacy fence. All the wood slats that they cut off the trees. She had a
Mhm.
15-foot privacy fence. So I was like going on, where the hell does she have that big of a fence? And it's early in the morning. I get to the back and my stepdad, him and his cousin, I heard them whisper something. They were trying to hide it from me. I look over. I I know it was a Bigfoot, but they just kept silent about it. They just like be secretive about something. I don't know if they didn't want to scare me or they just, I don't know. But it was crazy. I seen the glimpse of that then, and not a full view of it, but I just seen a split second of it moving. I was wondering what the hell? Why were they being so secretive? You know what I mean? And then
Mhm.
Mm,
that old lady having that fence 15 foot tall. One thing I can imagine is that thing bothering her. But,
Jeez.
yep.
It's the only reason why you would have a fence that tall, right?
Mm.
but,
But yeah,
Oh
there's
man.
Bigfoot out there for sure. Um, yeah, this one man out there, he was saying that these a Bigfoot or whatnot was throwing like uh, basketball sized rocks clear over trees at him when he was a younger boy. So uh, that's one strong beast to throw a rock that size, you know. So
my dad has a video
Scary.
somewhere. We'll see if we can scrounge it up. He was down in Fruitland couple years ago. This video is probably about 2 o'clock in the evening, afternoon. It's a Bigfoot standing up in the sandhills up there. You know how the sandhills are right there in Fruitland.
Mm.
There's a Bigfoot up there. He's just on top of the freaking hill, and he's just throwing all kinds of dirt on him, right on top of the hill. And they got a video, of it. And
Hmm.
they're just watching us on the highway, and it's like, holy smokes, man! It's crazy how they seen it. They got a video. It's kind of a little blurry, but you can see what he's doing. He's throwing dirt on himself, just standing there.
What?
Huh.
It's wild, man. It's broad daylight, you know what I mean? It's just trippy
Mhm.
stuff. It really trippy stuff, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like showing off aggression. It's like, hey, I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, or like
Yeah,
a kid throwing a tantrum, maybe. You know,
yeah,
tantrum.
definitely.
Yeah, tantrum fit.
Yep. Here's Audacious Ember. I think these creatures can be inhabited too from time to time, or they are enforcers at the thresholds, can be monitoring spirits as well. Could be, huh? Could be. Very could be.
Nice theory. Yep,
I've
nice theory.
heard of a method using an ancient instrument to run them off, then seal the area to protect reinfestation. Oh man,
Hmm.
that sounds like that one guy, the Piper sounds like
Yeah,
where he,
uh,
where he said that he'll get rid of the snakes, then they'll pay him. They never paid him, so he came back and took all the kids during the night. Some wild stuff
was
right
it
there.
snakes? I thought it was rats or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know. I have
rat
to look into it too. That
could be
yeah, that's a
rat.
long.
I think
I haven't heard
yeah,
that.
rats
How
and
I haven't
about
heard
little
snakes.
that
people?
story for a while.
Yeah.
Little
Gustavo
people.
Cordova. Hi all. This is Shalom from Venezuela. Hey, Shalom back.
Hey,
Nice to see
shalom.
you. Thanks for joining us.
Good
Let's see here.
evening. So, big. How about little
Yeah.
people? Have you guys seen little people out there?
Uh, yeah, I see it right where the house is at. Me and one of my late sisters. We're looking for looking for the sheep. Looking for the livestock. So we jump in that red truck, the same red truck that I seen the dog man in. We're using that. We're still cruising around, and we cross this corner on the dirt road. Then all of a sudden we see a little shadow, little person, a little cloak. Looked like he had a cloak on, and you can just see it kind of hunched over, walking up the ridge. It was, even though we had a light on it, that thing was still dark. It was really whatever it was wearing or whatever it was. But it was no bigger than maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet. And we
Damn.
seen it. It crawled up the ridge, walked up the ridge, and I sat there and just looked at my sister like, did you see that? It's like, what is that? I was like, yeah, I don't know. She's like, let's go see. I'm like, no, that's how you're gonna get. Stop. You're thinking like a white person now. Like that's how all this bad stuff happens. You go chasing stuff like that. So we just kind of laughed about it and like, oh wow. And then we just continued driving. That was the best thing we could do. So, but yeah, little people. Um,
Um,
yeah, I seen one too myself.
my daughters, they stay at their grandma's, not too far from where I live right here, probably a mile. There's little people that live under the house, they say. And my friend, dog catcher here in the tribe for animal control for the tribe. So I asked him, like, what's up there, man? Really little people? He's like, yeah, man, there's a few houses that they live under. Well, my daughters, if one of them are there just alone with their uncle. They mess with them. They always knock at the windows or knock at the doors, and they know when to mess with them. It's crazy, man. I had to go pick up my daughter last winter. Uh, she has video of it. She's knocking on the door, and she's freaked out, man. It's bothering her. Just knocking at the door and at the bottom of the door. So we went and picked her up and stuff, but I didn't. I didn't get to see it. But it constantly bothers them up at the house. It's wild, man. They see
Oh
it.
man.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
two or three people, they say.
Wow.
Yeah, I have
Right here. Right here we got real quick. NJ, I have little people in my house right now. I tried to get help with them, but nothing has worked. Wow, that is pretty
mm,
wild. Maybe some cookies, huh? Some keepers cookies. I don't know. Oh
yeah.
man, little there's this video or this documentary that I seen on Hulu where it talks about the little people, these Inuviac tribesmen out in Alaska. So it's a really good documentary where this guy he's an actor and he killed his mom and he shot two dudes and he was seeing little people the entire time and
Wow.
they led him over these mountains. They led him up to a cabin. They say they don't know how he got up there. He must have got help. And when the police surrounded the cabin, they're calling out to him. The sheriff said that he just remembers him looking up at the sky. You know, like someone's talking to him, and they're like, "Hey, turn around! You know, surrender, put your guns down." And he said that guy, he's a native guy, the actor. I guess he's like possessed by little people or something, because he was hearing them and seeing them. You know, no one couldn't see them. And you know what? Like with the last episode, Cedric, where he said his mom looked like a different person running away. You know, going up over the mesas. That guy on that documentary said the same thing when they're seeing the little
Mm,
people. But Cedric's story is that his mom was seeing Anasazis, not little people. So, you know,
mm.
like the plot thickens, you know what I mean? So after seeing that documentary and remembering the Cedric story, it kind of like all the hair stood up on my back, you know, like, oh man, it's a strange
Yeah,
correlation, you know.
Going off of
yeah.
little people, but a leprechaun, man. My mom used to live in
Oh,
Texas. When she was younger, and she was with her friend. They're going back to, I think they picked her up from work or something, and they're going in the evening time. They see a rainbow, and she makes a comment. The green Ford right there going on the front on 2 lane road, and it's like, look, there's a leprechaun probably going to pick up his gold. They get next to it, and it was a freaking leprechaun. She said it was driving a green Ford and orange hair. It was short. It had the ugly nose and everything, and hat, everything. It was dressed in green, and they tripped out. It staring right at them, and it scared the hell out of them. They hauled out. She said she didn't turn around, and look back, and they never went back to that spot. But
oh man.
Wow. Wow.
Woo-wee. I
Well,
win it. I
well,
win it. Real quick. The comment section is getting hot right now. We got Kevin Beltran. We got little people stories and more from the Zuni Pueblo Res, where I am from. Hey, brother.
right there.
Hey,
Yep.
it
Yep.
would be
Hit
an
us
honor
up.
to have you on here. It would be an honor,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
it'd be cool.
Yeah. I've been wanting to get some people from Zuni, since they're the neighboring tribe. Hit us up. I would really like to have a Zuni Pueblo on here.
Oh yeah,
Here
yeah,
back
all
at
the
home. Yeah.
Pueblos. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, all of them. Right here, Crazy Coyote 1313. If you have Bigfoots around your area, chances are they are stalking you to confuse them to change your daily routine. They won't like it. Oh wait, if you have Bigfoots around your area, chances are they are stalking you to confuse them, change your daily routine. They won't like it. Oh yeah, like talk out loud, like
mm.
Fabian, like when you're out shed hunting, you know, but you're by yourself. You hear something, you feel something, just talk out loud, like you're not alone. That will
yeah,
throw
I
them off for sure
never do
too.
that, man. Because the bears, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
and
never do that, man. Because, shit. I swear little people been on the hills. I'm out there walking.
yeah, yeah.
You
Oh
sitting there,
man, I bet.
like little tricksters, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mm,
Little tricksters,
yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah.
why where's my granola bar? My granola bar was just there. Like, wait, did I put my granola bar there? And I look back and it's there again. I'm like, what the hell was that? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. These
Right
little
here,
people are real tricksters.
yeah, right here. Kevin Beltran again says, my brother caught something going in the doghouse one night when the dog wouldn't start barking.
Hmm.
Wow. The dog was pissed. That's why, huh? Like, hey, someone's in my house. Kevin
Yeah,
Beltran, let's
my
go.
kid,
Hey, yes, yes. definitely. Let's see here. I'll comment. I'll comment the email on the chat. See here. It says got some from Rama and El Maro. Little people stories.
Right there. Yep.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump on, be
Oh
part of the
man.
group.
Jump on.
My
Yep.
kid's little grandma, she lives in Hogback, and my sister-in-law, when she was a little kid, she heard something on the roof, and she goes and looks out, I guess, and she see, I guess, a little person up on the roof doing crazy stuff on the roof, and it was wild. Grandma went out and looked, but there was
Mm.
nothing there. She would always see that little person there at the house. Wild.
Mm.
But a funny skinwalker story right there. They're going down the river one day to the farm, and my ex mother-in-law, she was supposed to get off the truck and open the gate, and there's a dog sitting on the gate, and it kept trying to shoot away, and they wouldn't move. So he opened the gate, and they wouldn't move. So he shoo, go away. And the dog said, "Ow!" Took off running. I was like, "Damn,
Wow.
that's crazy." It's funny, man. Like, the hell? You know what I mean? Dog say, "Ow!" But
Oh
they said
man, I heard it. I heard it.
he
I
said
was
it
gonna
all like,
say I heard similar story like that. Old story back in Miami Valley where the story goes like this one old man he heard his sheep crying outside, so he grabbed a stick and a flashlight. He went out there with his wife and their granddaughter or their grandson. So all three went outside. They had a flashlight. The grandpa crawled into the corral, and he started poking all the sheep with the stick. You know that man, you know the goats and stuff. And he poked one really hard, they said it was a Navajo man. Yelled out "Ayah!" And then the dude got up and he started running. He jumped out the corral, disappeared
"That's
into the
funny."
night. Yeah, that's like one of the weird stories I heard. So I'm like, wow, check your livestock.
Yeah, no
Yep.
shit, that's funny, man. It's crazy stuff.
Hmm.
But
Hey, you were saying your mom has some stories out there from Rama, and pretty sure it
more,
correlates with Darren's stories too. Uh huh.
more Oak Springs, but like the UFO and stuff like that, and then giant spiders. She never believed that there's a giant spider out there, but she seen one about the size of a hubcap, a giant recluse, and
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. The giant spider stories out there taking livestock and stuff. It's like holy smoke, you know what I
Mm.
mean? It's crazy.
This is where at again? Say it again, please.
It was Pine Hill. Where she seen that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Darren, Pine
Yep.
Hill.
Yep. Yep.
She said
Yep.
it
Oh,
It.
was as big as the
Yep.
hubcap on the car. Like, God, that's a giant ass spider, man.
Uh,
Outside of Kienta, an area called El Cap. So I don't know if you know where Kienta is. Remember that volcano, that old volcano? They call it El Capitan. You're going towards Miami Valley on Highway 163.
mm,
So that rock,
yeah.
there's like a lot of stories where on the very top there's giant spiders go in and out up there as well. So when they come out at in the evening and all night. And when people are herding their sheep in the evening, these giant spiders will just go right over the sheep and they'll take off and it's just the bones left. They're just eating it like
Yeah.
fat, eating it really quick. So like some horrible things like that take place. So watch out, you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Giant spiders.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
speaking of hollow earth entrance too, there's this mountain that I'm not gonna name. There's a hollow earth entrance there, and they're saying that the further deeper you go into that mountain, there's that spiders where he said like a hubcap, but the
yeah.
further deeper you go into there, the spiders are like 5 feet, and those spiders they're protecting a Spider Woman. She's hiding in one of
Huh.
these mountains, one of these five
You know,
mountains.
that's really unique, dude. I like that. All these old Navajo stories. You listen to them as kids, then they all have stories in real life. It's almost myth and reality meets reality, and it's nice. It's real nice to hear these. Uh,
Yeah.
Spider Woman.
It's
But
good
yeah,
we were going through witchcraft in our family. And my mama came home with my brother and sister from work. She was a court clerk at Pine Hill. She went home, and she gets in the house, and the whole house is just really like going to Skinwalkers now. I'm guessing so it has to be Skinwalker related. But in that same house that I'm gonna bring the story up on, everything was trolling in the house, man. And she said that spider went into a crack in the ground, and there's cracks in the house. There's old houses out there that the tribe built. You know how the foundations crack sometimes. There was a crack in the house, and I always would see stuff coming out of that crack, and it scared the hell out of me, man. Because just how it's supposed to be getting in there and stuff. But in that house, she said she walked in that evening, and everything was throwing around papers, everything, and she yelled at it now to get out of her house, and it went through her like just a gust of wind. She walked in and she had to put her house together, but that's crazy. You know what I mean? In that house as well, I don't know if it was Ignacio or if it was Bigfoot, but we blessed my gun. Out of 270 one mag and my stepdad is at work, so I take care of my mom and brother and sisters. The one take shit. Be the man of the house was my stepdad was gone, and I thought I was brave taking around my gun like when I go outside. I was scared, honestly. I kept getting eerie feelings about Bigfoot out there, but I just would not talk about it. And that night that I had my scary encounter, I was asleep. My mom was helping Gallup. She was waiting for her ride. Get back to Phoenix. They were gonna come home after dinner. About 3 in the morning, I woke up to something banging on the window, and guys, I couldn't get up. I was so frightened. They just kept the window was right above me, right here. My head's right under it, and still wonder to this day what it was. That happened right there in Pine Hill, and just kept knocking at the window for about 15 minutes, man. I remember being so terrified. I couldn't breathe. And I was like, man, get up and shoot this thing. But I was like, in my mind, I said, if it's a skinwalker and I don't shoot it right, what if it gets in? And my brother and sister here, what am I gonna do? Well, I was scared. So I said, just get up and shoot it. Get up and shoot. And just I know how it is shooting a gun inside of a room. That repercussion, I was scared it might blow out my brother and sister's eardrums.
Yeah.
I was gonna have to do it surprise, but I just could not bring myself to do it. I could not do it, and I thought I was brave. And man, I've wondered to this day what the hell it was, and I feel like it was Bigfoot. So they just kept knocking at the window, bro, for 15, 20 minutes, man. And I was terrified, guys. It's crazy. Next morning I go out, there was no tracks or nothing again. But I looked and looked all over the place. I walked around everywhere looking for tracks that morning. It never got an answer.
Probably Skinwalker in that case.
Yeah, that or that place is hot. That place is spooky, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have you guys seen any skinwalkers out there?
I had my encounter out there in Cameron, Arizona. Like I said before too, me and my family were cruising around. I think it was a Blazer at the time. It was during the ship route. When they were at Tuba City Fair. I know that because we were gonna take that ride out on the dirt roads and go for a cruise and then come back and then head out to the fair right there. But we didn't make it that far, so what we seen was a pair of dog trailing in the sandbank. Me and my older brother, we sat there and we followed it. When it, how the river eats away at the ground and just like and it jumps up. So we followed it and just dog prints, and we followed all the way to the edge, and right when it jumped over the ledge, it was bare footprints, the human footprints, and that was like we just kind of looked at each other like okay, now it's time to go. Let's get out of here. And when we were leaving, we actually rolled Blazer a couple of times, and me, my younger brother, my cousin were outside the vehicle about maybe 10, 15 feet away from the Blazer when it was rolling. So they got ejected out of it, and my older brother had his leg inside the steering wheel,
Oh
and
shit.
I was on the passenger side, and and my chest was outside the vehicle. So I woke up, and my body was on the out, half my body was on the outside, the other side was inside the vehicle. Luckily, no one got seriously hurt, not even a broken bone. No major cuts. You know, uh, we really had someone watching over us with that one because how fast we're going and how many times we rolled that blazer.
Yeah.
Someone would have lost their lives. So that just came with the that skinwalker evidence that I guess we seen. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe someone wanted us dead right there. So and one thing, the only person that was still in the seat was the man with my older brother too. He was the only one that was wearing a seatbelt. So wear your seatbelt, people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Which
that's one of them.
When I was
which
a little
brings
kid,
me to my go ahead. Sorry, baby, my bad. Go ahead.
when I was a little kid, I just found this out recently. My uncle was laughing. He's like, "Man, grandma and Cherry crazy." So they chase skinwalkers around, trying to run over with the truck. I was like, "Damn, that makes sense. Why can't jump in the truck in the middle of the night?" And I see him out in the field, just doing Brody's chase, like one. What the hell is she doing? And sure enough, that's what he was doing. Come back in full of adrenaline rush. They wouldn't tell me nothing, but talking in Navajo, we were trying to peek in on the conversations. I'm supposed to be in bed. It's funny, man. Like, what the hell am I out there chasing skinwalkers, trying to run over the truck? You know what I mean? Crazy
Mhm.
guy. But my mom was telling me today a story. My Che and his brother went to go look for a skinwalker. They're hunting one. They had their medicine with them, and they were out there looking for it, and they figured out finding them in the wrong place where it was. So the kids are already home. And they do what they're out there doing. My uncle and my Che get home, and my uncle parked towards the tree, to a juniper tree, and that's where it was. The kids were watching it. My Che jumps out the rifle and he shoots at it, and he misses. But the kid seen it, jumping from rock to rock to rock, boom, 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 quick, and it was going just like that.
Oh man.
Crazy, man, crazy,
Ooh.
crazy.
Oh man.
So
Which reminds me,
since
sorry, Derek. Um, which reminds me, next episode, our guest, he has a book out. It's called "So I Dated a Skinwalker," and he's Navajo, and he's a former Marine, and he plays a band. He's a firefighter too, and he has a really interesting story of seeing a skinwalker, a young lady that was running around the mountains, and he went to the Marines and he came back, and that little girl was older, and like she's doing probably her magic spells, like choose him, she chooses him, so they ended up dating. And that story is going to be another good episode next week.
hmm,
um
Heck
so
yeah.
stay tuned for all you listeners out there. And another story which I don't think I shared here, this is from my uncle and my grandmother's younger brother. So this is in the 90s. um and so my grandmother's brother, he's a truck driver, and he comes back from Farmington every other week, and he stopped in Douglas Mesa to spend the night before he heads home. And he gets to the Octagon, which is about, let's see, 3 miles away from the trailer where my uncle stayed at. So he's my grandmother's younger brother, which is my grandpa. Um, he gets to the Octagon, he takes a shower, he lays down to go to sleep, and he swears that he locks the door on his truck. Then he hears his truck open and close from the Octagon, and he just grabbed the keys, he grabbed everything, he just jumped into the truck and drove 3 miles to the trailer to my uncle, because my uncle's really good at hunting skinwalkers. And he drove to his trailer, he ran inside, he's like, "Hey, uh, something jumped in my truck while I was at the Octagon." and um, while my grandpa was telling my uncle the story, they heard my grandpa's truck open and close. And my uncle told me like, "Hey, you just brought that skinwalker down here with you, didn't you?" So the whole time when he drove 3 miles to my uncle, that skinwalker was in that little S10 with him, like in the back seat.
Oh,
The whole time he
Wow.
had no idea. So
My
when
grandpa
they
used to
heard
be
the
a
door
logger.
open and closed, he was freaking out, and they looked through the window. They seen the cargo light in the truck open or on. I mean, some
Yeah.
creepy
Oh,
stories.
I have very similar to that. My grandpa used to be a logger, and he it was Mexican buddies were over there in Dolores. They're big, I think Dolores Lake over there. They're logging the bottom of that, and they're staying up in a camper. There was an owl every night. Come fuck with them. He said, sorry. Don't bother them. Um, they would shut the door and they'd lock up the deadbolt. They'd wake up in the middle of the night, something to open that door. And they go lock it again, and they go back to sleep and open the door again. And that it happened for several nights. And finally, my grandpa got pissed and he went out and got his flashlight and shined it on that owl. He shot it with the pistol, killed it, and it stopped everything right there. He said nothing messed with them again.
Hmm.
But yeah, they'd get freaked out, man. He's that camper's still here in Ignacio and he shows it to you. That's that camper. I'm like, God damn, that's crazy, man. Spooky, spooky.
Oh man,
Uh,
This,
I don't. I think it was a. I'd say maybe yeah, Negotiate. I don't know for sure, but I was sleeping in my camper. This is about 2019. I was asleep and I went through some stuff, and my grandma's medicine man. So I did my ceremony and stuff. And prior to that ceremony, uh, I was asleep one night, and the owl kept bothering me, and he kept bothering me. I fell asleep again, and I woke up to it sounded like a human walking on my camper on the roof. I was like, "What the hell is that?" I got scared, and over the top vent in my room, I could see the shadow of it, and then it howling again. Then it took off, and the next day, I shot it. I shot it out the tree. I never bothered. I just left it there, but I shot it out the tree from about maybe 100 yards away. I looked in the scope. And
Hmm.
first shot I hit it came out the tree, but broad daylight kept hooting. Probably about 4:30 in the evening. I smoked it and I dropped it. And shit, man, everything got worse for me. More it started bothering me more, man. More came back, and finally after the ceremony it went away. But it's crazy, you know what I mean? Crazy.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if that owl was Skinwalker or not, but it bothered me for about probably 3 weeks. Till I finally killed it. Like I said, after I killed it, stuff kept messing with me more on the roof. Like, God damn, it's crazy. After I had the ceremony done, everything went away. But
oh man,
Wow.
I know they use them for spies, spies and like the monitoring you. Oh
yeah,
man, I know if they chase after you, that means someone gushies you. Someone put a hex on you. Gushy
Hmm.
it's
the hex. Yeah,
oh,
right here. Whoa, whoa.
over here, there's they say they call it the vortex. They say it's a portal south of Ignacio, and around that area, I go across the back rooms and down there. I've seen this bird 3 times, maybe 4 times, and everybody knows it. It's about a 3.5 foot owl. That thing's huge, man. It's a big ass owl. It's big, man. Last encounter I had with it was last year. It was
Mm.
about 4 feet
Oh,
tall. 3.5 feet ish. It was running down the road and it starts running up the hill, but it looked like a little human. And then the wings came out and it took off flying. But I seen it standing in the middle of the road. Holy smokes, man. And it's like it follows you. The first time I seen it, I was on a county road coming around. I was gonna do a circle. I was over here and crossed the bird flies. It was about 5 miles. And when I seen it on this side, it was gonna take me about 30 minutes to get around. And that thing 5 miles. I don't think it would take that long for it to fly.
Mhm.
But it crossed its path again. I seen it when I was coming down. It flew this way, and I was coming back up. It flew that way again, and the same spot. It was crazy. It's,
Oh
it's
man.
just a big ass owl, and it makes you wonder where it
Uh,
comes out of that hole or what the hell. You know what I mean?
uh, so
Uh,
your time in Ignacio, is there like what's the scariest story you heard from that area? Like any weird hauntings or stuff like that there?
I'm trying to get more stories out of these people because these guys are like real secretive about their stories. You know what I mean? But
Oh
there's a
yeah.
place over here where they said that hole in the ground. One of my bros used to live down there. And my dad's been in that house as well. He says all kinds of crazy stuff happens in that house. So always just that one house. Everybody's lived in that house. Um, there's a hole in the ground in the back and stuff, but I don't know what it is that comes out of that cave. But I mean, just crazy stuff. Always on the roof or uh,
Mhm,
it's a spooky area when you drive through that area.
mhm,
But I've
definitely.
been trying to get more stories out of these guys. One of the elders, uh, going to do a fence one, was telling me he walked out of his house and it's the first time I heard Bigfoot story here. But the river's not too far from us. It's just maybe a mile from us, if that. And he said he had two houses by each other. His granddaughters were walking out and they smelt it. So they called the cops and stuff. And oh man, I was terrified when telling that story. But
Mhm.
I haven't heard nothing too crazy. Um, Ghosts, a lot of ghosts up here. A lot of ghosts. Crazy. That's one thing that to view every now
Oh,
and then. But
mhm,
we're just
yeah,
hearing. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
my scariest encounter that I could talk about here in Nashville. Used to live in tribal housing. This was
Mhm,
about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. No, a year and a half ago. It was winter time. Um, we had some people leave our house and they didn't lock the front door and they left. And about 1:30 in the morning, I was talking and I could hear something knocking at the door. And the back door had snow fell off and then it froze and there was another big pile shot off. So the screen door couldn't open and the door was
mhm,
locked and there's something knocking on the door and I'm standing right next to that door and I asked the mother of my kids, "Did you hear that?" She's like, yeah. She kind of skeptical. Every thing I tell her that night, I made her a believer, man. Uh, I was like, freaking out, what do I do? And in a split second, it's at the front door. So I go over there, it's knocking fast. And I was like, man, did I open the door? I don't got a gun. I don't got a pistol right now. Like, I don't got a knife. And when I was going to
yeah.
open the door, it's at the next door again. So I go back to that door. And we couldn't, it knocked for about 5 minutes. We kept running around the house looking out the windows and nothing. It was fast little suck. I think it was maybe little people, I don't know, but man, it was scary just because it was just happening so quick. And wouldn't stop and not knowing what it was. Well, the next morning,
mm,
the kids are getting ready for school. It's about 7:30 in the morning. And you hear it knocking again. My daughter was going to open the door and told not to, but that house, man, there's dishes would move, be sitting there, and dishes just start moving around and stuff. It's creepy.
Oh man,
That was,
real quick
yeah,
right here. Right here, this guy, B Cast, north of Ignacio, a story of a miner who became very sick and was cared for by a Bigfoot. He befriended, brought him food and water. When it passed out, it carried him to the highway. When he passed out, it carried him to the highway. Oh
yeah.
man,
I actually heard that story too.
Ignacio.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that one. Yeah, that
I
man
Yeah,
got really sick. Yeah.
so that going
jeez.
back to that guy, the elder was telling about that Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I One night we're out there hunting, we shot a bull elk, and my bro was like, there's something out in the trees, and I was gutting it, quartering up the animal so we could cross the river with it. We took the first trip, and on the second trip back, that old man, I don't think he was lying because it wasn't a bear. Bear's too goofy and splashes around the water.
Yeah.
This thing was going on the river rocks. Just the big rocks were just grinding together, and it was slow. It just you could tell it was thing next to us, and
Mhm.
so now pretty sure it's up and down the river here too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Recently, I just found on another podcast. This couple was coming back from Colorado Springs, and it was like 2017, I think, and a lot of stuff going on, like all the genies and stuff, like killings and all that. So there was a white guy married to a genie lady, and they're for Farmington. He said it. They came home from Colorado Springs to Farmington, and they left Pagosa, and there was a bunch of cops on the road in a white van, and I know what he's talking about. Uh, there was a Bigfoot killed. One of the cops hit it with the car and
Oh.
drove by because it was still in the road,
Oh.
and they were driving by looking at it. They could see the look of the cop who hit it, like he was just in fright, like they didn't know what to do, and they kept telling his wife, "Stop, stop, stop!" And she's like, "No, hell no!" They were just scared because all that racist stuff going on, and he even said it like, "Come on, man, like please turn around, turn around." She was afraid. No, 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 we don't know what they can do to us. Like leave it alone. And it bothered him. It bothered him. And he seen the two cops there who were there at the scene that night. And he went back to Pagosa a couple years later and seen them two cops still working. And he didn't talk to ask him. He says, but it's like, God damn, man, like them cops know what's out there and they don't talk about it. But
Yeah. That's the
wild.
next one to bring on here. Yeah.
And that's on 160 right here.
Hmm.
But
160.
yeah, man.
Then that
Crazy.
used to be Highway 666 that goes through there. Oh no, that's Cortez, huh?
Yeah,
That goes
yeah,
through Cortez. Oh, okay, different one.
Yeah, man.
Friendly
It's crazy.
reminder, guys. We got less than 15 minutes on here. Just FYI. And let me read this comment from Crazy Coyote. It says, "Holy moly! During World War II, my uncle killed a giant spider when he was deployed at Tarawa. He said it was the size of a large dog. It was ready to jump on the guy in front of him. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That is unsettling. Crazy Coyote 1313 comes back again. Bro was dating monster girls before Japan did. Yeah, back to our upcoming our next dude coming up soon. Definitely. And Kevin Beltran says at Coyote, I've heard they can blend right into the shadows or walls. Oh, I think he's talking about this comment up here. Oh man, sorry.
Crazy.
Hang on here. Sorry, if oh yeah, see, yeah, they think what they're saying is Bigfoot blends into everywhere. I agree. Like
Yeah.
going back to that figure in the hat. Did you see a wing? Did he have a wing with him or tucked in? Did he look like it?
That's what I always wondered because the face looked like Jeepers Creepers, man. It looked just like Jeepers Creepers. That's
Hmm.
all the way down to the nose, the teeth,
Mhm.
the way it looked ugly. But
Yeah.
I always wondered if it was hiding the wings, maybe under that trench coat.
Oh man, Page,
Ah.
Arizona.
Yeah.
I heard the same thing. Seeing the Jeepers Creepers looking guy, trench coat, hat, face, everything, same detail, like you said.
That's crazy
So
because this is the first time I've
Ah.
actually heard that. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
yeah, compared to what I seen.
yeah, yeah. Even in Zion Park here in Utah, Southern Utah, Zion National Park, they
Oh
seen him there too. Yeah, like they're about to hit him on the road. They see that his wings are tucked in. Then he puts it out and boom, jumps up and he's gone to the sky.
Wow.
So
Wow.
so it's like
Yeah, it makes
Jeepers
you wonder.
Creepers guy. Uh
Yeah, it makes
yeah.
you wonder how much stuff on they show on TV and all these
real.
movie monsters
Yeah,
are
man.
real. Yeah, it's a,
They hide everything in plain sight. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
right, right.
They
Yeah.
hide
Best place
everything
to
right
hide
in
stuff
plain
is
sight. All the way down to
Like
Men in
that
Black. You know what I
movie.
mean?
Yeah,
all these
like that one,
aliens and stuff.
Stranger Things too. Like that show,
Man,
or
man,
heard. I've been hearing good things about it. I have yet to
that's
check it out.
crazy.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, yeah, it's a really good it's a really good show, Stranger Things. Yeah,
Oh
you
man.
know, one of our guests that was on here, she said she was saying that she walked into a her and her sister walked in a restroom, then they walked out, and everything was dark, and everything seemed like it was rotted. You know, they call it. As I say, they call that like the upside down in that series. You know, I was thinking about it. Dang, that yeah, I guess you know makes you wonder a little bit more about all this stuff that they show on TV. So
Yeah,
Mm.
man.
even these dogmen encounters, you know, the best thing they can put a word on it is yeah, it looked just like that movie in you know Silver Bullet or you know Werewolf in Paris, you know American
Yeah.
Werewolf.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes you wonder. Makes you wonder.
My
Hmm.
uncle
But
at Red Valley, he's telling me that a couple of bros have been seeing that Jeeper Creeper thing too out there, man. It's wild, flying
Where
around and
at?
stuff. Out in Red Valley.
Oh, Red Valley.
mm,
That's another one. Red Valley. Another
Yeah, man, it's
location.
crazy. I used to go to
Ooh-wee.
school out
Uh,
there in my day school, man. That's where that school was haunted, bro. That shit was scary, man. Go to the bathroom and just stuff
mm.
all you know, you see stuff in there, footsteps and stuff. I like it, man. Crazy, crazy time.
We're running down on time. Hey, Fabian, is there any other stories you'd like to share with us?
oh, Fabian, when we were talking, you said you had friends out here in the oil field too, Odessa. You were saying that you have a couple of stories from the oil field too. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. My bro was hit home one night. And he said he seen it looked like uh, a person walking, like an old lady, and then just changed like a bird, a small bird, and it just kept it freaked him out. 5:30 in the morning, and he
Uh,
don't know who it was, but yeah, a Skinwalker can't be down there, but. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Maybe a brujeria, I don't know.
yeah,
Bruja,
bro, yeah,
yeah.
yep.
I know
Oh,
the
man.
Brujas can do the same thing too, shape into a lechuza, like a giant owl.
Yeah,
The
Lechuzas.
owl.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that one. But sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
but yeah, man, they said that, and then the other guy was talking about like a dog man type of creature. That's crazy. He's a
Oh man,
Mexican guy talking
Mm.
about it. There's
that's
one because
Ignacio too.
they see him just like randomly going to work, dirt roads out there.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yep.
have you seen anything out there yourself?
Me? No, no, not really. No, you know, I was real curious, but we were talking about. I was talking with Don, and you know, one area of drive on the freeway right here for like a whole week straight, there was fatal car crashes just right at that little intersection. And you know, Don, he's like, man, you know, if you ever been out here in the oil field, these people, you know,
Fuck
they
fast.
drive crazy.
Yeah.
They drive really crazy, and there's
Yep.
always accidents. You know, since I've been out here, I swear I seen like freaking like 5 bodies on the road. That's how bad it was. Like and Don was saying like, you would think that that place would be haunted. I was like, you know what? You know, I haven't heard no one say no ghost stories or nothing, but the first time I came out here recently again, uh, another man that my brother was working with too, what he was saying was, he's like, hey, he guess he woke my brother up, and he's like, you see that dog is walking upright, walking on the right there at the well pad. I'm like, what the heck? And then the next day, you know, that whole week, that guy didn't show back up, and he was just dead sick too. So who
Oh,
knows, man? There's a lot of stuff that happened. I heard Monahans. You know, I heard of a UFO encounter, aliens walking around in the Monahans. I heard,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, he was in Mexico as a little kid. They thought the UFOs were white people coming over to Mexico. But you see flying saucers flying over them in the fields. They didn't know what it was. They didn't go to school. They didn't have school. So he thought it was airplanes. Like, I been in los güeros. I been in los güeros. He said, the flying saucers. Crazy guy. That gets back.
Well,
That's so crazy. But his mom, she got witched. My great grandma, and she'd tell my great grandpa, "Abuelito, mátame esos toquelotes, esos cocanos." She'd tell him, "Kill those turkeys." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And the turkeys were turning the cats into turkeys, cat to turkey, and they
What?
were walking
huh,
on
huh.
the fence. Like a lot of Mexicans have a high brick fence.
Mhm.
They kept walking back and forth, running back and forth, and he didn't kill it. They were witches, and
Oh yeah.
one of them there. Well, then that night, she said, "Kill that cat, kill that cat." My grandpa went in. He's like, "Why? Leave that cat alone. He didn't do nothing to you." That dang cat ran right down my hair and they said tangled itself in my grandma's hair. She had big, beautiful hair. Tangled itself in there.
Wow.
And
Eh.
I don't know if they killed it or not, but they struggled to get her out of her hair, man. Yeah,
That's
man, I
sick.
think it always bothers them out there. It's crazy.
Oh
Okay.
man, that's horrible. Cause back in the 90s, my grandpa, he was in his garage with his friends. They're drinking. I remember I was there. I can't remember how old I was. I think I was 7. So they're hanging out, just chatting away in Navajo. There's probably like about 5 guys, and this bat comes in through the door. And this bat flew around all the guys and went straight for my grandpa. And my
Oh,
grandpa was hitting it, boom, boom. He was hitting it, it was coming out, and he hit it. That bat kept flying right at him, boom, boom. My grandpa turned his head. The bat went behind his head and it bit him in the back of his head, and he was
oh,
Yeah.
bleeding.
shit.
And that bat was biting and biting, and his bros had to get that bat. They threw the bat off him. That bat flew out. And one of the guy that was there, he seen the whole thing. He stood up. He's like, "I'm out of here." He's like, "There's been a bad curse was placed on you to this very night." He's all like, "Hey," telling everyone in Navajo, "Let's go. Let's leave him. Let's get out of here. If we're gonna be here with them, we're gonna have an accident with him. Let's go." So when they all left. My grandpa was pissed. He was pissed. Like within few minutes after they left, he was walking up the concrete steps and he slipped and he hit back of his head and his head cracked open the back. So they
Yeah.
had to take him to the hospital. So like strange things like that does take place in
Hmm.
the bat, the owl, the cat. Maybe all these things are all the same thing and being sent from somewhere. Because I know the Quesanis, the Hopis, like
Right.
my grandpa said that leave them alone. Don't bother them. You just let
Yeah.
them be because they'll send snakes to you and they'll send spiders to you. You see
Yeah.
that? Leave
That's
them alone.
true.
Oh,
You leave them alone. You be nice to everyone. Yeah.
Someone done
yep.
witchcraft on me, and it was Mexican witchcraft that was done on me. They put a
Hmm.
snake under my house in 2019 and trying to destroy my family, and it happened. It separated us and stuff. And my Chase said he knew it was Mexican witchcraft because it was a snake and an owl, and
Oh.
they couldn't define what it was, but yeah, it ended up being Mexican witchcraft. And to this day, I don't know who it was. But I came home one night, and one of my kids was sleeping with the kids. It was, I would say there was 3 of them in bed, 4 of them total in bed. She was pregnant with the youngest one, and I was walking by, and I heard this damn snake walk out, like slither out from under the bed. It was black, and I could hear it slithering hitting the wall. I was like, turning my flashlight. I was walking in the dark to go inside. It was about midnight, and that damn snake was about 18 inches, maybe 2 feet. I hate snakes, man, but I had to get it, and it wouldn't. It just like it was running from me, like it knew, but it almost. When I first looked at it, the face, it almost had human facial features. It scared me, and I had to take it out though. And I was passed out. I got a video of me taking that snake out. And man, it kept. It came back. I should have killed it the first time, but the second time I killed it. 3 of them, 3 of them total were in that house, and it was crazy,
Hmm.
man.
Hmm.
Oh
It's
man,
crazy.
I bet.
Yeah.
Is there hey Darren, is there any final questions you want to ask him? We got less than 5 minutes left here.
Yeah. back in Pine Hill, do you know anything about a couple shooting the Skinwalker out there?
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
You ever hear? You haven't heard it? Well,
No.
there's an incident that happened out there. A man he shot a coyote and paralyzed that coyote. But when he was gonna go, I used to call the cops, and they said, and he's like, "We shot a Skinwalker." And they're like, "Really?" He's like, "Well, what is the?" I guess he asked him like, "What do you want me to do? What do I do?" He's like, "Shoot it again," you know. And he's like, "No, it's half human. It's half transformed." And I'm actually looking at getting those people on that happened to. They actually took it to. I believe they took it to Zuni. I believe Zuni or Grant, that body. So uh, doing some insight on that incident that happened out here. It was a long time ago when I was just a boy, like
Crazy.
younger, maybe like 7, 8 when that I heard that. And
Hmm.
Navajo Rangers were talking about an incident like that too. So
3 minutes,
hopefully maybe
Darren.
they're
Three
talking about the
minutes.
same one. So well, it's good. It's good to hear from someone back home. To help confirm all this stuff. Because I know I'm not crazy. All the
Yeah,
stuff
I
that I
think I
see and all
understood
the
that.
stuff that happened out there.
The time I was out there in Pine Hill, man, just even going to go do my GD class at the school, man, that place was haunted, man. That place was scary.
Yeah,
I never heard. I
yeah,
never been able to talk to anybody out there. I didn't really have friends out there. I was always by myself. Uh, I didn't know nobody out there really. Just my own family, you know what I mean. So I stuck to myself. But yeah, man, I always wanted to hear stuff about Raymond because the Bigfoot stuff that always just lingered in my mind. Like I know what I seen.
mm.
I know, but I was always thinking I was crazy. Like, nah, man, it's not real. But yeah, man, that's wild, bro.
Yep.
Real quick, guys, let me read this last one right here. Crazy Coyote 1313. In that case, I did see little people out here in Fountain, Colorado. Oh, snap. Oh,
Oh.
man. One more. Attention, everyone. If you introduce yourself to anyone outside the res, do not use your full name because names have power and evil people can use it against you. Use a nickname instead. Well, that looks like that's the message for tonight. Fabian, you want to say later to everyone out there listening and watching?
Um, it's crazy stories, man. It's you guys ain't alone. So I thought I was crazy, holding all the stories in and stuff I want to talk about. Stuff's real. You know what I mean? Everything's real, and a lot of us don't talk about the stuff we see. I don't know why. As little kids were always told not to
Sir.
talk about. It's
Yes,
it's
sir.
Yep.
it sucks.
All right, man. I
You
gotta I gotta
know,
bring it
it's
in
good,
for a
really.
landing, guys. we're
All
running
right.
we're running low
No,
on time here. All right, Darren, you gonna say laters? I gotta close this out,
later.
guys.
Later.
Have
All
a good
right,
night.
man.
All right. Have a
All
good
right,
one,
man.
Fabian.
All right,
Yep.
later, brothers.
Stay tuned,
All right.
Fabian. We'll see you
Yes,
guys.
sir.
All right,
Back
Darren.
to part two.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Definitely. All right, man.
Later.
All right, laters. Go net. Hey,
What up?
Darren. All right, man. See you laters, man.
Laters.
All right. Thank you for tuning into Don't Whistle at Night. We've been broadcasting live here on the United Public Radio Network 107.7 FM in New Orleans, the house of the rising sun. No, I was just kidding. But you guys keep your eyes peeled out there, stay safe, and you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching.